What's up, nerd? No, it's cool. It's cool. There's no need to rush off. We're all friends here. I just need to borrow your lunch money. Yeah, I find myself in need of funds, and you could just hand over your lunch money, and we don't need to have a problem here, do we? We can all be good friends for the rest of the school year if you just give me that chump change. That's all that has to happen here, and then we can get on with the Let's Play. Whoa, whoa, Quantum Moon, whoa, you go so fast. Whoa, that was weird. I looked up and just saw it fucking launching itself across the sky. That was nuts though. Let's abandon this school bully bit. It had no legs to stand on to begin with. I'm gonna go play this video game now. There's the exit. I got locked in the steel cage. We need to, from what I was looking at last time, we basically just need to do this now, right? Like, I don't know how all this is going to fit together, is the thing. I feel like what we discovered at the Ash Twin was super rad and all, and I really hope I can get back there again should the need arise. Because I'm not sure I can. But, despite that, in spite of the super radness of the whole thing, it's not massively useful to me, is it? Like, sure, I can turn off my ability to loop infinitely, but how does that help me? How is that useful in any way? It's not, is it? Unless that fucking core thing I found is used for something, but that would be a first in this game. Like, I've never really had to bring anything with me before, so doesn't mean that's not the answer. I'm just saying it doesn't really fit with how this game has run in the past. I feel like the only reason to take it out is to kill myself, but why would I want to do that when I have so much to live for, you know? Like playing video games on the internet. So here we go again. Fun as all this is, we need to continue our exploration of the darkest of brambles. Oh, hello there. Hello there. That's really cool that you're right there. It's really cool that you're just there. I'm so glad to have such a nearby acquaintance who I can rely upon to not eat me in a crisis. Yeah? You're not gonna eat me, right? Because I kind of need to be over there, and that's gonna be very difficult to do with you like right behind me. I can smell your breath through my monitor. I didn't even know that was possible, but there we go. There we go. You're right there. You're right fucking there. What do I do about this scenario? How do I get into the orange blob without this fucko consuming me? I mean, I can just keep floating until I'm far enough away to be out of the fucko's hearing range and then propel my jets again, but that's gonna take a while. Well, maybe not actually. He's disappearing into the mist already. Like a giant all-mouth ninja. I don't think ninjas have enough mouth, generally speaking. From what I've seen of ninjas, they usually cover their mouths, so maybe they are anglerfish and we just don't know. But it seems unlikely. Oh, we're far enough away to do a tap. I'm not sure I want to risk a full blast yet, but we can definitely do a tap. Cool. So I want to head, like, I'm going to aim into the back hole. I'm going to aim for that back hole. I love a good back hole. If I keep saying back hole, it'll sound a bit less gross. You'll eventually start thinking it's like some sort of pastry product or something, instead of literally just another word for anus. Oh, this is the really bad one. This is the one where you have to glide through a fucking swarm of them to begin with. So I'm gonna go in with some speed. I want to fucking launch my way through these fuckos. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. Ha, ha, nerd, I escaped. I escaped the entire fucking planet. That's not what I expected to happen. But okay. I mean, there are other places we can go in here, right? I really want to go back to the orange place. I really feel like we had options in that big fucking awful room that we were just in. As much as it pains me, that's where we're heading. Don't know where the anglerfish is, by the way. It could be that light. Yeah, it's that light right there. Cool. Swell. At least we know now. At least we know. I've got to say, they really picked the right animal for this. They clearly had, like, sat around a table and were like, okay, we want to have a giant, horrible space creature. Is there a creature that exists that we can base this off that is just all mouth? Like a creature that's just all mouth? Like its body is also just more mouth? Is that a thing? Is that a thing that exists? And they did some research. And yeah, they came up with the anglerfish, which is just the worst. Like, I know in real life they're not like big enough to swallow a spaceship. They're pretty small, I assume. I don't know. I've never come up against one face to face, but I assume they're, you know, probably no bigger than a human head, right? But even so, that is still not something that's something to fuck with in the what the. So guess who was still there? Guess who was still there on the other side of that portal? Guess who hadn't decided to move? I kind of thought he might. I thought he might like reset. I thought he might go back home. But I guess not. I guess that's not what happened. I guess it was an alternative. Oh, fucking hell. I'm never going to be done with this game, am I? That always sounds like a really negative thing when I say it. Like, oh, I just want to be done with this game at this point. But it's not like I don't enjoy the game. But there's certain segments. Like, if I was just to keep exploring new planets and finding out new cool shit about the new cool boys, the Nomai, that's what they're called. I like the new cool boys, though. That's a good name for them. That would be swell. I'd be down for playing this game for a fucking long time. But, like, all we're doing is swimming through anglerfish. That's all we're doing, just over and over again. And I'm not enjoying that. I'm sorry, Outer Wilds. I'm sorry that I'm not enjoying that. But okay, that's on me. That was on me. I accept that was a mistake. We got in though. That's pretty cool. I just oh, hang on. Oh, is that all that's left? Oh, I might as well just get eaten now. Hey! Hey, dude! Hey, dude! Yo, dude! Consume! That one was on me. I hold my hands up to that one. I fully accept that maybe there was a slight flaw in my judgment around the speed at which I approached that planet. This is why I should just use the autopilot forever, because I'm just not good. If the autopilot could like steer me through the anglerfish too, that would be really cool of it. But given its track record for hurling me into the sun, maybe that's not something I can really trust it with. Off we go again! Exploring Dark Bramble for what's gotta be at least 15 attempts by now, at least. I'm just so done with it. I'm just so done with it. No, no autopilot, no, no. Autopilot, no. Autopilot, what have you done to me, autopilot? Okay, now that was a close one. Useless. Useless, that tool is. Unless you're sending it in a straight line, don't trust it. Anyway, no, I'm super close to just looking up a guide for Dark Bramble and just being like, which exact fucking white lights do I need to go through? What is the exact order of operations here for me to find Escape Pod 3 and the vessel? Assuming they are in fact in here, I'm kind of half expecting to find neither of those things, or maybe just find Escape Pod 3, but the vessel's actually somewhere else or something. It seems weird that they'd both be in here. I don't know, maybe it's maybe I'm not giving it enough credit. The place, like, I've been to like the same areas a lot, is my point. Like, fuck. Ooh. That was some space adventurer bullshit right there. Doing that one little blast, enough to get its attention, but not enough to call it to me, just so I could knock myself out of the way of just ploughing straight into the side of its face. Okay. Okay. I don't think I've ever done this. Oh, look at this. I can free look. I guess it's kind of useful for this specific area, but not something I'd really use anywhere else in this game. Okay. Okay, we're good to tweak a bit. We're good, you can't hear me from there. Need to down a bit, down a bit, down a bit, left a bit. The thing is, I do want to go in with some speed. I obviously went in with too much last time and angered the beast, but I want to have a bit of speed behind me coming in here. Because at this point I can't touch anything. All I can do here is just float until I'm well clear of these three fuckos. I've literally not even got my hands on my controller anymore. The controller's just sat in my lap. I don't want to touch it. I don't want to breathe too hard right now, you know. Right. I'm still not going to press any buttons, but I feel like we're starting to slowly get some distance from those bad boys. And these four lights, I know one of them is the horrible cyclical room where all you can do is get eaten, but there's the other three. And they might just have some answers for me. Out of curiosity, what does the signal scope say about any of them? Nothing? Nothing. Nothing? And nothing. Okay, cool. Not far enough away to blast the old blasters yet. So I'm gonna go have a look at each of these holes and see what lies on the other side. And if any of them have two lights in them, that is a no-go. Two lights is the worst thing that you can approach. This has one really big light. That might mean something. I think it does anyway. Unless I'm just not close enough yet. Oh no, that is two lights right there. That's something we don't want to fuck with. Cool. So we've written that one off. What about the other three? Oh. Well, that one's yep, that one's bad. That one's bad news right there. That is bad news bears. We're gonna head for this one now, I think, because we can't we can no longer adjust our trajectory, given the very large anglerfish just off to my left right now. I feel like there's got to be something from this room. Like, this is like the anglerfish nest. This is not a place that can't be rewarding. I've played a lot of video games in my time, and if you go to like the heart of enemy territory, you usually find something pretty fucking rad, you know? That's usually how it goes. Where was the last light? Those are the... there's the last light down there. Okay, so we'll check this one out, then head down to that one. When we're in a position to... Yeah, we can very gently. As long as we're very gentle, we're okay here. How many lights in there? Is that 2 again? It's 2 again. Okay, that's also wrong. So, process of elimination. This one over here will hopefully have something cool for me. And if it doesn't, I'm going to be very upset with this whole route. There's another anglerfish! So, that's an anglerfish there. That's the other thing. I've been to... been to that one down there yet? There's more lights here than I thought there were. Might still have more stuff to look at, hang on. An anglerfish off to the right, right? I think. So's this, okay, cool. About this in front of me. Seems like as long as we only very lightly press the buttons, we can actually steer when in relatively close proximity to the anglerfish. I didn't realise that before. Don't think we've checked this one yet. Maybe. We've maybe not checked this one yet. Perhaps. Please let it have something cool. Please don't just show me 2 lights again. I'm not sure I can take 2 lights again. I think I might have a bit of a mental breakdown if this only has 2 lights in it. You know what? It has 2 lights. It has 2 lights. I feel like I'm missing something here. Hard to maintain your sort of sense of direction. But fuck it. Going in here. I'm almost certain this is going to be that same fucking looping area again, but I have no other options anymore, so... Gonna see a couple branches. There we go. There's one, and there's the matching one over there. This light straight ahead is another exit, and the light off to the side was an anglerfish. Fuck! I feel like I'm missing something with this as well. Like, the idea that it just loops infinitely just seems... It seems out of character, almost, for this game. Like, not that this game doesn't really love killing you, because it really does, but... Excuse me, dude. Just gonna pass through here. Oh, I think you can still get at me here. What if I go down through here? Can you follow me through here? Yeah, what are you gonna do, bitch? I'm all the way over here. You lost me now, didn't you? You lost the shit out of me. I feel like I explored the whole room though, right? I did sort of go over all this, and there was nothing like, there were no other exits. Just continue the loop. And that is it. That is your only option. So fucking brutal. Out of curiosity, where did we come in from? I'm not even seeing the entrance anymore. Oh, we're still in it, that's why. How if we go back out through here now? Does this change anything, or are we still just in the same looping area? Oh, it just takes us back out to space. Well, that's something, I guess. That's something. That's better than dying, marginally. Means we get another do-over. Right, so, from what I can tell, taking the orange route, fucking useless. Never go orange. What else have we got in here, then? Follow the signal again. I think maybe we do that. I feel like there were more options last time we followed the signal. I know there's an anglerfish around here somewhere, but I'm taking my chances at this point. I think we're good to just launch. That's fine. We just do a launch. Right, we're getting here. Then we didn't go to the middle one last time. I can't remember, but there were 3, weren't there? I can't remember if we went to that one or that one. So let's head to the middle one, see what that has to offer. I feel like the middle one is probably where we went the first time we tried following this signal. But... oh yeah, shit, this is this, isn't it? I've been wanting to try something with this, actually. Because when you send a scouter into one of these, interesting things happen, right? Go away now, our wild ventures. Let me just get this lined up nicely. There's some dog rumblings going on in the background. I can only apologise for that. You know what they're like. We should do by now. Woof, 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 woof. I can't get my scouter to go in the hole. There we go. Okay, so that is coming out from over there. I kind of want to... No, it's not even kind of wanna, it's really wanna. I really want to know what's in here. Lloyd, if you could shut up, that'll be like really helpful. That'll be really cool. Alright? If you could just lower the volume for just a minute. I don't know. Dogs. Phew. If you're ever on the market for buying a pet, right? Consider like a chinchilla. Consider a gerbil. Maybe even a cat. I know cats can be quite loud at times, but they very rarely do that. They very rarely just run around the house yelling. You know? I think dogs sort of have the market cornered on the being obnoxiously loud all the time sort of deal. Is this just this is just my boy again, isn't it? Okay. Alright, that's fine. That's fine. We did discover some stuff. Was there ever anything else in this area? Because we went inside the big vine, and that was pretty rad and all. But is there anywhere else we can go from here? I was kind of hoping that sending that thing through there would take us to somewhere else entirely, to be honest. I didn't realise it was just linked to the same seed. That's kind of disappointing, honestly. Thought maybe that would be a clever way for me to navigate this place a bit, but Guess not. Guess not. How the fuck do I get out of here? If anyone knows how I get out of here, that would be really, really helpful. Oh, we followed the original scout signal, right? Maybe? No. No, that's just leading us to there. I no longer know how to escape. We'll go back to the dead anglerfish. We'll shoot another scout through his seed, and we'll see where that leads us. How's that for a plan? I'm not going to pretend it's a good one, but it's a plan, and that's better than you've got right now. All right? Better than you're offering. So, shut up, is what I'm saying to you. Shut up. Keep your opinions to yourself. I don't mean that. I love hearing your opinions. I love hearing everyone's opinions. I'm a very open-minded boy, and I fully accept differing opinions to mine. They might be wrong, but I accept them, you know? Wanna do another one? That's not really helping me, is it? We don't have another... Yes, we do have another pointer to the scout. Good. Okay, we'll follow that. And that will take us back to where we were, at least. And then we can see where we can go from that point. God, this area, it's just... I've said it before, I'll say it again, it's just the worst. It's just the worst. I'm sorry if... It's really not giving me anything, is it? That's not giving me an exit. They're both pointing to there for some reason. Cool. Alright. How do I escape? Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. One more time. One more time. When you launch the scout through there, it comes up from behind you, right? It launches from the posterior. So we just got to see what angle it came from and head that way, right? Maybe. So one more time, we're just gonna... It's easier to fire it when I'm out of the ship. That's why I'm doing that, by the way, in case you're curious. Right. Okay. Basically just straight from the mouth. I can't get back into my ship anymore. I've lost the entrance. There it is. You just slip on in here. Alright, here we go again. So we want to... Can I mind if I just detach myself from here? I don't really like being here. Thank you. We want to basically line ourselves up with this big old anglerfish dongle and then head this way. Should be roughly in this direction. Should be. I ain't seeing shit. Please let me out. Please let me out of this room. Managed to escape the endlessly looping one, but that... This one is somehow even worse. I know I can get out if I go along the vine, because that takes me back to the surface of the planet, but I don't think I can take my ship if I do that. Gotta be somewhere. Hang on. Hang on, end of the world's coming. End of the world's coming. Great, we've wasted like 20 minutes doing this. 22 is it? 22-minute cycles, is that what they were talking about? Yeah, take that, ship. Get fucked. Get fucked, ship. I'm as good as dead anyway. Hey, I found the exit. Just in time. Just in time. Just pick a random place and aim for it. See what we can see before we leave. Oh, that's an anglerfish. Hey, dude. Hey, dude. You hit me, but you didn't kill me. You didn't finish me. Okay, now you finished me. Anything to not have to hear the sad game over music again, honestly. That's fine by me. So there is an anglerfish around there. That's good to know. I didn't clock that before. I thought that room was safe, but turns out it's massively not. This has been another 30 minutes of just floundering in Dark Bramble. Hope you've been enjoying it so far. Hope you've been with me for the whole experience. I totally don't blame you if you've been tuned out up till now, because good lord, this has been a whole lot of nothing, hasn't it? I don't think Jesus Christ himself would have the patience for this bullshit. It's a real shame, because I really like honestly, it's a bit late considering I already did my Game of the Year list, but this game was like Game of the Year contender. Like it would have been probably at least second or third place in my Game of the Year list if I could go back and retroactively change it, which I'm not going to. But this fucking section, Dark Bramble, is just, it really just drags an otherwise fucking incredible game down. It really does. It's not fun. And I know some game designers are all like, well, it's not always necessarily about the fun, and I completely agree with that. Like, I've enjoyed lots of like really oppressively depressing games and stuff. They don't all have to be like crazy action and, you know, nutso gameplay all the time, but this has nutso gameplay that is like the antithesis of fun. Very slowly floating through an area where you can't see shit. There's not even any sights they're taking because it's all fucking mist. That is not enjoyable. It's really not. And as I say, it's just such a shame because I've loved this game. In all ways except this one. Where's the fucking... down there, okay. We're gonna like... oh, cool. Great. Good one. Epic. Epic. Truly, truly fucking epic. Let's talk about another game for a bit. Let's put our minds off this one. Let's think about something else. Temtem. I pooped on Temtem. I think it was in one of my witness videos rather than in one of these, because like for the first few days after launch it was completely fucking unplayable. But now that it is playable, now that the servers have, you know, sorted themselves out, or I guess more accurately the devs have worked their fucking asses off to get everything functional. It's a very cool game. Like if you like Pokemon at all, if you have any love for Pokemon, then I cannot encourage the purchase of Temtem enough. I really can't. It's like, don't get me wrong, I have enjoyed modern Pokemon games. I put up a fucking video on this fucking channel defending Pokemon Sword and Shield, which, you know, maybe was unnecessary, I don't know, but I did it anyway. because I thought there were some cool ideas in the more recent Pokemon games, and I don't hate them. I've had fun with them, but it's undeniable that they lack a certain something, you know. There's very little challenge in them, and I don't know. The battle systems are all pretty archaic at this point, so there's a lot to say bad about Pokemon, and I feel like in every way, Temtem, if not completely fixes the issues, certainly improves on them a lot, you know. Plus, I mean, I've been playing it like entirely co-op with a friend. Like, I've not had a single battle that wasn't a co-op battle so far. And it's very cool that you can do that. Like, co-op games are, I don't want to say they're a dying breed, but they're certainly not as prevalent as they were in the 90s, you know? In the early 2000s. Let me just try and clock which ones of these. Head down to this one, and if it's only got one light in it, we'll back off and have a look at the other one. But yeah, as I say, co-op games, they are sort of, I'm not saying they're gone completely, obviously they're not, and in fact they have made a bit of a resurgence in the last few years. But most multiplayer games tend to be like almost party game stuff, you know what I mean? A lot of your your overcooked. Yeah, I think this is the one we were in last time. So let's head for the other signal, which is that one there. Yeah, as I say, a lot of like versus multiplayer, a lot of party game stuff, but very little like, hey, here's a full game that you can just play with your friend. I don't think that happens enough. Maybe it never happened enough. Maybe I just got lucky and happened to strike upon the games that did it, but it looks like the same place. They both lead to the same place? It's just oh yeah, we have 3 signals. They all lead to the same place. Okay, so we'll leave that out there. We'll leave the scout out, so we know which of these we've ruled out. What's this one? That looks like the looping room. Let's not go in that one. Cool. I feel like there's very little left that I've not looked at. You know what I mean? Every time I head towards a light, there's just that worrying feeling that it's going to be an anglerfish. Nope, this one's fine. Okay, cool. I think that light over there might be there. Seems to be moving slightly. How many lights exist within you? 2. Nope. I mean, there's no guarantee that every area with 2 lights is going to be the looping area, but without any sort of knowledge one way or another, I'm not going to fucking risk it, you know? You an anglerfish? No, you're not. Cool. What are you then? What say you? Another 2 light boy. I'm really struggling. I really am. Seems like everywhere just leads to an anglerfish or that one eternally looping room. Okay, here's a thought. We might just have to start doing this. Oh, hang on. This is telling us all the ones that are eternally looping. Okay, hang on. We get our signal scope out. That one is the seed. That one is the boy. I guess the seed and the boy, the new Disney film coming to cinemas soon. Is that all that's in here? Are there any other lights? Are there any other lights available to me that aren't the seed or the boy? Or the eternally looping room? Certainly doesn't look that way, does it? At least with our scout we can... I don't know why I never thought of just using the scout to double check this shit, but at least we can rule out what are the worst areas in the world at this point. There's really nothing else here, is there? There's nothing else here. So let's head into an eternally looping room, back out into space, and once again return into Dark Bramble. I'm so sick of this area. I know I'm just moaning. I know there is no positivity in what I'm saying anymore, but I'm just so very done. I'm so very done with Dark Bramble. Okay. So, we have two lights in here. The middle one I think is an anglerfish. What is that? That one leads back out to space, I think, right? I'm intrigued what the... I think that one down there is the way... No, hang on. That one up there is the way we normally go. So what's this one down here? Is this just straight into the infinite loop, or is this something else? Are you something else? Very easy to check, right? Just gotta get a little bit close. Oh no, this is something else. Cool. We'll come in here. We'll come in here for sure. Oh, I know this room. Not been here in a while. Are these two side ventures both going to be anglerfish? Only one way to find out. Very cautiously. Very, very cautiously. Hang on. Yep, that's an anglerfish. Cool. Why was I not doing this earlier? I suddenly have a very powerful tool in my hands that I feel like I've been wasting this whole time. Oh, Scout. Scout, you ruined it. Yep, that is also an anglerfish. Okay, so we'll head for the red light. We'll head for the red light. Which presumably will take us back to the hive, right? But maybe we missed something in there. We never really, truly sort of cleared up exactly what was going on in this room, so we can just glide back to the jelly. I've really underestimated the scout this entire game. Like, for the first Up until I discovered, like, how to get to the quantum moon, I think I used it about twice. But it's got so many functions. It's such a good boy. It's such a good boy of a tool. I very much appreciate the Scout these days. And all the possibilities it extends to me. So we'll find one of these white lights, we'll shoot a Scout into it, and we'll see if any of them are not endless loops. I'm feeling this one. Feeling this one. It looks pretty close. Just out of curiosity, yo, are you an anglerfish? You sure are, bud. You sure are. How about you? You're not. Cool. I'm head that way then. The Scout, ladies and gentlemen. The Scout. My new best friend. Okay, we have some duplicate signals. But not all of these are duplicate signals. I mean, that's 3 anglerfish, we know that. But... hold up, before we go any further. You're an anglerfish, okay, cool. That's radical. Back in there with you. Did that not work? I don't think that worked. I don't think that went all the way in. Alright. That's definitely an anglerfish. I don't know, somewhere out here. Somewhere out here there's got to be something. Something like that. Something like that. You are not a duplicate signal. I stumbled completely blindly into this fucko, but I will take him. I will take him. He is my new favourite seed. And where will he take me? If this takes me back out into space, I'm going to be so salty. Didn't? It didn't take me back out into space. Took me somewhere new. That looks good. That looks like something we're looking for. I just pray to God we've got time to explore it before the world ends. No, that's not the world end music. That's the you found something cool music. Awesome. Is this the vessel? It doesn't look like the escape pods. Must be the vessel. Is there some sort of obvious like chamber or something we can explore, or do we just launch ourselves in? I guess we just. I see a lot of dead fellas. Sucks to be them, I guess. Guess we just sort of. And this isn't. Is this glass or is this just an opening? Just an opening, right? Yeah, cool. Try and touch down here. Do the rest on foot. It's just easier to explore that way. No, it's not really on foot, I suppose. On foot was maybe a bit of a generous description of what this is. Is there not like an inside? Come on, I've come a long way to find this. You gotta give me something. You've got to give me something here. Please. Just a little something. I mean, it's very spectacular, but we can't like actually get in here, can we? I was looking at it before and it didn't really look like there was a proper way in, but maybe I was wrong. Oh yeah, there's shit in here. Cool. A lot of closed doors. Disappointingly. It's over here. Looks like this might be something. Oh, it's oxygen. I love oxygen. Generally speaking, does a good job of keeping me alive. That looks familiar. I think I've just found out what I need to do with the core from the Ash Twin. I do believe. Good thing I only discovered that last episode and it's still fresh in my mind, isn't it? Bring that fucker here, that's going to be a nightmare, but okay. I don't think any of this is going to work unless we've got the... Oh, hang on, something's happening. Don't know what any of this means. Is there no, like, wall writing? Because that would be very handy. Ah, wall writing. That's very handy. To any of my clans whose vessels can hear this message, it's clear the universe is dying. There are fewer and fewer resources and safe places within space now, so my clan and I believe the best option is for all our clans to stay together. If you reach the gloaming galaxy, we found that Black Rock's suns are fairly stable and life in the star system is comparatively thriving. We live in relative safety. If you prefer to continue exploring alone, know you will be on your own. Kanna, we're making our way to you. Good to hear from you, Bromy. We'll watch for your vessel. Has anyone heard from Neem? His clan was on its way to the vessel and they never arrived. And he hasn't sent any messages. I'm beginning to worry. That is unsettling. It reminds me of the old myth my grandfather used to tell, the disappearance of Eskel. I remember hearing the story as a child. One day Eskel's vessel simply stopped responding. The other clans searched and searched but found no trace. It was as if their missing friends had warped out of existence. That's no myth, friends. Eskel's clan existed and their story was real. What a curious event to have passed into myth. Our ancestors' ancestors are told the story when they are young. Are you sure it's true, Hyssop? It was a very, very long time ago, but yes, my clan's ancestors searched for Eskel's clan for a long time, but in the end none of them were ever seen again. It's the only time in history a vessel has ever disappeared this way. Neem, my friend, we feared you were gone. Not yet we aren't, but nearly. We found a trouble during our warp. The triple suns of the bright spark star system exploded, and it was only a lucky coincidence we weren't caught in a blast. We'll see you soon, Kanna. I'm relieved your clan is safe, Neem. It's good to hear your words. Any vessels nearby, remember to be extremely cautious of potentially unstable stars, which is most of them now. More. I was trying to roll, but I ended up just doing a scout thing instead. Whatever. Here it comes, I can hear it. This is Escor's vessel. Something went badly wrong during our warp and our vessel is mortally wounded. We need help as quickly as possible. Our vessel appears to have... Has it fused with the local environment somehow? There are vines that are now part of the vessel. It's been torn apart from the inside. We are abandoning our vessel. Any Nomai clans or spaceflight capable species receiving this message, I implore you, we need your help. Is this broken? Can anyone hear me? Our vessel is dying. We need immediate assistance. Interesting. So they could hear messages from the other clans, but they couldn't send any out. They were Escor's vessel. Our Nomai were Escor's vessel. There's more down here. I need to explore this as quickly as fucking possible. Didn't know I could do that. Let me fucking read this. I'm recording now. I've never seen encounter anything like this. The original vessel is receiving a in the universe itself. This is our first contact with anything of the nature. Everyone prepare to warp immediately. Escort wait any time to send an outgoing message from another clan before we going away. We need to send a message upon arrival of the extraordinary system and maybe able to discover it quickly. Can't use it. Okay, perform the warp instead. I understand. And it was already ready to what if I was going to get how to go great warp, but everybody go ready to warp. Okay, cool. Didn't get any of that, but my ship's log did, and that's the important thing. I guess I die now. But this was a discovery. This was something. I guess we head straight back here next time and continue where we left off, because we still need to find the third escape pod. Still need to find the third escape pod. I don't know if it might be onwards from there, or if there's somewhere else we yet need to explore. I honestly don't know. I honestly haven't got a fucking clue. But I guess we have a method for exploring Dark Bramble now. I guess we have that at least. That's something. I want to go have a quick look at the ship's log before we end up today's session. I know these videos just keep getting longer and longer. But as I say, had a eureka moment at least. We've made navigating that shithole slightly easier. Still not easy by any stretch, but slightly easier. There's more to explore here. I figured there was. Yeah, that's going to have to be for next time. And the Nomai grave. If I launch my scout into the seed, I can take photos of an enormous Nomai derelict ship. Yeah, that's where I just was. Was I meant to have found a seed that I could launch my scout into to see an enormous derelict Nomai ship? Because I didn't do that. That's not a thing I did. I feel like maybe I was meant to have discovered that from here, considering how it looks like it's going to link up. Like we were meant to have found the third escape pod before we found the vessel. It's very interesting that the vessel has a slot in it that clearly takes something like the core of the Astrum project. I mean, we could bring it over, but I don't know how much good that would do us. I don't know. Stuff to consider. I think I'm going to leave that off for now until we've got some more concrete sort of, I don't know, something more concrete. Like, I'd like to find this. I feel like that's going to shed a lot of light on things. And yeah, more to explore. More to explore at the vessel, so still plenty to do over there. Oh boy, there goes my hopes of finishing this up in 20 episodes. Still more to do. There's always more to do. I'll see you guys for more doings soon. Have a good day. That's about all I've got to say, really. See you around.